Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, it's a holiday we celebrate here in the United States where I live in Kentucky. Love, love Kentucky. Yes. Oh, dear me. I just got hooked on. Okay, I've been seeing a video here and there, and then this morning somehow I got up really early. I went to bed early, yes. Got up really early. It was very busy yesterday. I got everything done, yes, that I needed to do for today. And all of my grandchildren were there yesterday here. And so we made a Thanksgiving sign, and it came out beautiful. Yeah, yes, yeah. I have these ideas, and then I think, oh, is it too much to do that now or this? And then my younger, not youngest and not oldest, my younger granddaughter, she is an artist. She just is, and she reminds me so much of me when I was her age, and she is 6. Just loves to draw, and she made some Thanksgiving cards first, and I thought she would absolutely love to do this. And sure enough, she was there from beginning to end, and it was amazing, just amazing. And then both the moms and the rest of the children kind of came too, and we made hand turkeys. Never heard of that before, but there's such a thing as a hand turkey. I could not envision it at all. And again, my younger granddaughter says, "Gracie, I'll show you." And boy, was she good! Then I on the Thanksgiving, and I made a couple of hearts on the eyes, right? And my oldest daughter, she says, "Mom, you should just let her daughter, my granddaughter, draw a couple of little turkeys on top." I said, "Oh, that's kind of what I thought. Maybe, they could kind of look like the wings, and as the heart." And my younger granddaughter says, "Oh, no problem, no problem. Watch this, Crozy." And they came out so cute. And then we were wondering about the eyes and said, "Hey, I have some googly eyes. Why don't I go and get those?" And everybody's, "Yeah." And it just made the whole picture huge. It covers a part of a big wall. Anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Ugh, what a day. I was so tired and my legs hurt and everything. Slept good, slept great. So this morning, I went to bed early, woke up early, and I started watching. You guys ever heard of the Asher House? It's a rescue place. It's a rescue of 240 acres. Maybe he's got even more now. And it's this one guy. Oh my gosh, if you've ever met a more sympathetic man, or, I mean, likable man, I don't think there is a more likable guy out there. Not for someone like me who shares that love of just being around animals. Okay. Yes. I wish I could have built a wish. Of course, my operation was nothing like his, but we took in so many animals and rescued them along the way as well. Couldn't say no. Eventually, I had to say no because I couldn't do it physically or financially anymore. Yes. Anyway, so, but what an amazing place. So here it is. Okay, please don't misunderstand me. I do believe that sharing a tenth of what you get with others, that becomes a blessing, like an offering. So in the Old Testament, they talk about offerings, this and that, and then it kind of became later on, instead of going out and slaughtering a goat or a lamb, because people don't live like that anymore, blah, blah, blah. it became, whatever money comes in, you give a tenth, right? Or whatever you can afford to give as a tithe. Yes, that's what they call it, tithe, right? Yes, which is God's part that then one shares with others. So of course it's become a practice that where do you give your tithe? Right. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not against that at all. And when I do go to church somewhere, I always give something. Yes, yeah, for the service. This that. That should be a given. Yes, and but for many, 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 many years now, I have given my tithe when I had anything to people that I felt needed it more than I do. Yes, where I just somehow a door would open, and I felt guided by God. Yes, to give. This is where God's part is going. That's where my heavenly parent wants me to invest. Yes, yeah, that's tithe. So I looked at that Asher house, and I'm telling you, I am so taken with the place, the attitude of the people there, the work that they do with all these animals, this and that. And I had to sometimes kind of cool myself down as well and say, okay, it is an animal. And rather than spend thousands of dollars I didn't have on trying to figure this out or that, it was the $35 to put an animal down. Yes? Okay, just saying. We don't all can do what the Asher House can do. Yes? Okay. But the Asher House depends on donations from the people. And I have to tell you, if there's a place that I would give some of my tithe, maybe not all of it, but where I would want to contribute, is there. So, it's Thanksgiving Day, right? Yes. Watched about 2 hours. One after another. And that there are people out there who have something negative to say about that place. I tell you what, why don't you just go hide someplace and don't show your face again? I want to tell just real quick. I'll tell you what, if I remember it. Anyway, so after the reading, I will tell the story of Flower. Anyway, very impressed. There are other places that I know that they're doing the same. That they have a heart for animals. When it comes to, I have to tell you, when I started to watch, I'm going, man. And he started started as, just so happened to be, the first video that came up was the one where he showed the place and all the others, everything 2 years and what they built up. Unbelievable. Okay. So thank you to all the people out there who made that happening, for that amazing guy and his team at the Asher House. Because, as I said, I'm sure many people felt, I'm going, man, that's worth giving. That is worth giving. But I have to tell you, I thought, I don't think I've ever seen an orphanage that is run like that. With all these, did you hear what I said? There are many more legal things, this and that, when it comes to taking care of other people's human beings. Yes, I knew that. It's a little easier with animals. But, my sister and I had to say, if we ever win in the lotto, and make these millions and millions of dollars, what are we going to do with it? And both of us, we're going to build a home for unwanted children. Immediately. Yes. They're probably out there too. But, yeah. But like I said, some of the people that, how can you see anything negative in all that? Okay. Anyway, so let's get going here. It is Thanksgiving Day, so we give thanks. I give thanks, number one, To all the people out there who are so kind and loving towards the principles of creation. Yes? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Melip so dry. It's because of the heat on. It's 37. It's probably even less than that out there right now. It's probably it's not free. I don't think it was freezing. I didn't see any frost, but supposedly it's not going to get above 37 today, which is cold, pretty cold. So we'll be all mingling inside. Hopefully we'll have some karaoke session. Ooh, I would love that. Okay. We are in the book of Isaiah 24. D now. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Okay. World's going down again. Yahweh's judgment. Okay, Daniela's Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you, Isaiah. You wrote whatever you wrote down. I'm sure it had its purpose. Just not quite sure what purpose. Yahweh's judgment. See how Yahweh lays the earth waste, makes it a desert, buckles its surface, scatters its inhabitants. Buckles its surface. Does that sound like an earthquake? Okay. Priest and people alike, master and slave, mistress and maid, seller and buyer, lender and borrower, creditor and debtor, ravaged the earth will be, despoiled. For Yahweh has uttered this word. The earth is mourning, pining away. The pick of earth's people are withering away. What? That was at that time. Considering all these, just about thousands of years later, and interesting on what he's putting in here. That long ago, right? Yes? Aren't people saying the same thing kind of now? It really pays to do a little studying on how certain things that have happened, like the ozone layer holes and certain other things, and how suddenly they started to fix themselves again. So, interesting. Go read up on all that, on how I've talked about that in a video a long time ago. The fail safes that are in place, that our Heavenly Parent even thought of that. Yes? I find it interesting. But anyway, so here, end is coming. Did it? Well, I'm here. The earth is defiled. Oh, dear Lord. By the feet of its inhabitants, for they have transgressed the laws, violated the decree, broken the everlasting covenant. That is why the curse has consumed the earth, and its inhabitants pay the penalty. That is why the inhabitants of the earth have been burnt up, and few people are left. What? Okay. I don't know which book he read, but let's just keep going. Song about the ruined city. The new wine is mourning. The new wine is mourning. The vine, W and V's for me, is withering away. The once merry-hearted are sighing. The cheerful sound of tambourines is silent. The sound of reveling is over. The cheerful sound of the harp is silent. No more will they sing over their wine. Liquor will taste bitter to the drinker. Which reminds me of something that the guy said. I don't know his name. Is it Asher? Is that his last name or first name? I don't know. It's just called the Asher House. I don't know the guy's name. I watched 2 hours of it. I don't know his name. Oh, that's funny. He said, oh, what did he say? To just, it's almost as he said, to love. Just, most of these dogs, it's mainly about dogs, but he's got a lot of other rescue animals there. Most of these dogs that he rescues, even the ones that have bitten people or not regularly, but just once or twice, and on how they just need some love. Some of these dogs, they come, and I know because I've had dogs like that. They come in such a scared, abused state. It just makes you want to cry. There's a few times I just started crying right along with him, not able to understand on how someone can be so bitter in life to take it out on an animal or be so careless. Dogs and cats or any animal out there are not toys for children. They're not toys. If a parent wants to get a pet for their children, first of all, they need to be old enough to care for them. And know that this is a responsibility. You're learning to take responsibility for something that is alive, needs to be fed, needs to have water, needs walks, needs to be cleaned up after, and needs to be loved. Yes. Anyway, there was one. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. And so this guy from the Asher, he's like, just be a good person out there. Be the best that you can be. Don't be so bitter. Yeah. Why is Isaiah so bitter? Oh, another good thing he mentioned that some people that had these negative comments on some things, this or that, you go and look back. He says they never donated $1. They just haven't done anything else either. It's often the people who don't do anything at all, have never done a whole lot, lived their life for themselves, most likely abandoned their family on top of that, right? Very selfish people that are these they call them now type warriors, keyboard warriors, trolls, who just have nothing good to say anymore. Isaiah sounds a little like that, doesn't it? Criticizes everything, everyone, pulls God into it, but what has he actually ever done himself? Except walk for 3 years barefoot and naked through the streets. Oh yeah, what an accomplishment. Just saying. Yes? Okay. Just interesting. Oh, oof. Anyway. Where were we? Every house is shut. No one can enter. People shout in the streets to try to get wine. All joy has vanished. Happiness has been banished from the country. Nothing but rubble in the city. The gate has collapsed in ruins. For at the heart of earth's life among the peoples, it is at the beating of the olive trees, as at the gleaning of the grapes when the grape harvest is over. They raise their voices, shouting for joy in Yahweh's honor. They shout from the west. What is that now? Yes, in the east, give glory to Yahweh. In the islands of the sea, to the name of Yahweh, God of Israel. We have heard psalms from the remotest parts of earth. Glory to the upright one. But that's a flip-flop right here. Hey, you know what? Let's keep going. I want to tell you the story about flowers. Let's just keep finishing this up. Doing this for the reputation of God. Yes. Or to find, actually. These are supposed to be prophecies. Prophecies are something that happens down the road, hasn't happened. So, and this is he telling us here now what has happened? Or is this again just prophecy? How bad you're going to do later on, this or that, right? Yes? The last battle. But I thought, what an ordeal, what misery for me. The traitors have betrayed, the traitors have acted most treacherously. You know, traitors can only exist if one actually does feel betrayed, right? Yes? Well, if you just decide, well, no, I mean, I kind of saw it coming, right? Yes? Or if you trust someone, what's the opposite of that? Right? Yeah, that you can't trust them. Okay. Or that something's going to happen that, well, but if you trust them, if you're willing to trust someone, if you're willing to do that, then somehow you're going to have to also be willing to accept that maybe one's trust will be misused. Yes? Abused. One prepares for that. It doesn't mean that you have to watch out for, am I going to get betrayed or whatever. It's just one of those things. If you say to yourself, well, I want to trust this person. I'm going to believe the best of that person. If then they do something that one could call, oh, you just betrayed me, stabbed me in the back, then just go, oh, no, I'm not going to feel that way. I don't want to feel that way. I'm not going to. I'm not going to become, again, a part of the other person's sin or disagreeable and just wrong behavior. I don't want to do that. So I said, no, I never got betrayed. I already knew it could happen. So I was prepared. Nothing to be unhappy about. It's just, now I know. Right? Yes? Probably not going to trust that person. Anyway, okay, I'm really bad about stuff like that. People can stab me in the back and I'm still going to trust them. Because, oh, okay, well, stuff happens. I'm not kidding. Call me stupid. What did the guy say? That one guy, whatever. Delusional. Yeah. But it's a better life that way. Right? Yes? Isaiah didn't get that, did he? Yeah? That's right. And again, for some people, that type of attitude is needed towards others. And, oh, you're a traitor. You betrayed me. You betrayed that person or this person. It then gives them permission to do the same thing or to be hateful towards others. Yes? Oh, interesting. Fear the pit and the snare for you, inhabitants of the city, and whoever flees from the cry of fear will fall into the pit, and whoever climbs out of the pit will be caught in the snare. Yes, the sluice gates open above are open. The foundations of the earth are quaking. A cracking, the earth cracks open. They're talking about earthquakes here. I guess at that time they really didn't know that earthquakes were just a natural occurrence. A jolting, the earth gives a jolt. A lurching, the earth lurches backwards and forwards. Again, use the natural phenomena of the earth, right? To do what with? Scare the people about God? Oh my God. You know what? I said I have my say. The earth will reel to and fro like a drunkard. It will be shaken like a shanty. So heavy will be its sin on it. It will fall, never to rise again. When that day comes, Yahweh will punish the armies of the sky above and on earth of the kings of the earth. They will be herded together like prisoners in a dungeon and shut up in gaol. And after long years, punished. The moon will be confused and the sun ashamed, for Yahweh Sabaoth is king on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and the glory will radiate on their elders. Okay, well done, Lord. So, when I think on what I have watched for 2 hours, just about, or maybe longer, this morning, and in all the stories, was happy with this guy whose name I don't know. Cried along with him. When there was just this beautiful rescue happening or this or that, she also shares his grief when one of his, oh my gosh, look at me, uh, or any animal, passes away. Some of them he has really has a greater bond to it than others. Yes, it's just how it is. Some dogs do too. It I find that with dogs, maybe cats too, but with dogs, they too, they're kind of sometimes you have a little offstandish dog that is fine, just feed me and let me roam around, right? And come for a pat here and there, just to say thank you. Yep. But otherwise, they don't want to be hugged and snuggled and I don't know what. There's some dogs out there. People are like that too. Doesn't mean that. Right? It's just people are just a little different. Dogs are a little different. And then there are others who want to snuggle all the time. All the time. It's like they won't leave your side. Yes? And then you got the followers. They are where you are at, not necessarily on your lap, but they are always where you are at. They are never without you. You are never without them. I had a couple of those too. And you have to just make sure that you don't trip over them. But I want to tell. I've got to make this one fast now. The story about Flower. My youngest daughter and I were driving back from me picking her up from school. And the road that we were going is a back road, so you go kind of slow. We had the windows down, and I'm going to say, what is that noise? There was all these puppies at the fence line. There was a fence, all these puppies and kids running around. So he stops and said, oh, look at them cute puppies. And I'm hearing this howl. And I has to ask these kids, I said, what is that? Oh, there's a puppy dying in the doghouse. I said, what? Yeah, it's dying. I said, do you mind if I go have a look? Yeah. And I went, oh, dear people, the smell that came out of that doghouse. And that poor little puppy. These puppies looked to be about maybe 4 months old, 3-4 months old, smaller dogs. I knocked on her and said, hey, I said, do you mind if I take the sick puppy? Oh, please, go ahead. Now, the rest of the puppies looked really good, okay? Don't get me wrong. We brought the puppy into the car, and my daughter took off her sweater. She had a sweater on, and we wrapped it in the sweater. It smelled so bad, okay? We had to have all the windows down. It smelled so bad. We had to have all the windows down, and I told my daughter, do not touch it. Do not let it lick you or anything. But this puppy was so out of it, and it just said, oh my gosh. We got home, gave it a bath, and it was so weak and dehydrated. It drank so much water once it got to it. It couldn't walk. I made it this a little bed that it could lay in, that was when it was really nice and warm. Yeah, it was actually it was in April. I remember now. Yeah, it was because I made a mistake. Yes, it was my mistake why it died. Ended up dying. It and put it next to the stove. It would not pee in his bed or poop in its bed. It was a girl, so we named her Flower. Yes, like the ones that bloom on the field, not the one you bake with. So we named her Flower. She was so beautiful. She would not poop. She would drag herself out of her bed and then poop on the floor, or of course she couldn't make it outside, but would not soil her own little bed. Huh? Yeah. But did you just hear what environment she came out of? She was starting to do better. We had her for about 3 weeks, and she was doing better. She could not walk. She was still so weak. I was afraid to feed her too much at one time. And I had this idea, and she was, I said, oh my gosh, she was just, She had so much love to give. She was just, I mean, eventually you could tell she was feeling better. She was not whining anymore. She was, she was sleeping a lot, And I had the idea she needs a little sun. I thought it was warm enough, and I took her outside. And within a few days, she suddenly got worse again and passed away. I believe that she ended up contracting pneumonia because I took her outside. I beat myself up over that. You have no idea. But I also know that at least, I don't know if that was it or if she never walked. Just dragged herself when and just out of the bed to do her business, and then I would have to put her back in. So I don't know if there was something else. And though I did worm her. I did check to see if there was anything else, that, and then I thought, well, once she feels better, I'll go and get her the shots, right? I was worried in the condition that she was in that she would not tolerate the shots that dogs get. So I wanted her to feel better first. It went so quickly, suddenly, that there wasn't really anything to do, and she didn't go. She just fell asleep, and that was that. So I'm not sure if I'm beating myself up over, was it really so bad? Take her out in the sun for a little bit, or was there something else going on? Anyway, where I live, the way we live, we don't have tons of money available, and so vet bills. Interestingly enough, the vets are so expensive where we live up in the mountains. It's ridiculous, and so so there it is. You try to do the best you can with what you know yourself. But that little dog, the I never will forget that little dog, and I gotta go, never. Uh, and I was happy that I could give at least the last few weeks that it had in a better place than what I found it in. Yes? Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in love, in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying. Yes, I'm running out of time, and I will talk to y'all another time. Happy Thanksgiving.